comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. The board will listen to comments but may not respond during the meeting. If you wish to address the board, please submit a comment card immediately. Roll call. Talisha Belk, Board President.
Yvette Ware Duvall, Board Secretary.
Amani Johnson, trustee.
Jolene Holloway, trustee.
Janae Anderson, trustee.
Jennifer Green, Superintendent. Taking minutes for this evening is Ms. Carolyn Foster, and technical support is being provided by M1 Studios.
Thank you. At this time, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Thank you all. We are so happy and excited to see so many of our scholars here tonight. I have two quick announcements before we get into board matters. The first one is due to the weather and what we're hearing is coming, we are going to try to move really swiftly through this meeting because we just received an updated forecast and we don't want any of our families out when the weather hits. So we will be moving pretty quickly tonight. Also, before we officially begin, I want to acknowledge that the board will be considering administrative non-renewals in the coming weeks due to ongoing declines in student enrollment and the resulting impact on the district's funding. This consideration is part of a broader effort to right-size the organization while prioritizing classroom instruction and essential student services. All actions are being taken in accordance with the law, policy, and contractual obligations with a clear commitment to fairness and due process for those that are affected. Although we recognize the significance of these decisions, we ask that our community, both within and outside of the district, refrain from reckless gossip and slanderous conversations. Our focus remains on supporting students, honoring our staff, and making responsible decisions for the future of the district. Again, welcome this evening. At this time, we're going to have board matters. Trustees?
Good evening, community. Trustee Holloway and I have been selected to support Oakland County Schools Board on their Government Relations Committee. Just recently, just last Wednesday, we received some updates from the White House as far as education and some other things that it pertains to. I'll be sending out the minutes as well as updating our board and the community at a later date. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to give a really brief update on the work of the Sustainability Committee. I'll be super fast because I know that's not why you're all here tonight. So we received a strong update on the recycling program at Kennedy Learning Center, where student engagement continues to be really high. This remains a promising model for future district-wide expansion in the fall of 2026 of our recycling program. We also spent time on the electric bus program. And there's been real progress since our last meeting. The district now has received 4 electric school buses, which are currently being prepared for student use. All charging stations are now live, and at least we have 5 buses. The state will come in and do an inspection before they're officially added to the fleet. Additional buses will continue arriving over the coming weeks, with a second phase expected later this summer. And at the end of phase 2, we'll have a total of 20 electric school buses in the school district. We're also preparing for a public media event in the coming weeks to highlight this work with support from First Students Communications team. The Sustainability Committee has scheduled a site visit on May 5th to tour both the Kennedy Learning Center recycling program as well as the electric bus charging infrastructure. So if you look behind me, I just want to take a moment to show that this is what the electric school buses actually look like. You also can see the charging stations and the actual, I don't know what to call it, the port for the charger itself. And what you're seeing here is a major step for our district, not just from an environmental standpoint, but from a financial and operational one as well. Electric buses are cheaper to maintain than traditional buses. They have fewer moving parts, no engine, no oil, no exhaust systems, and that means lower long-term maintenance costs. And that matters right now. We're seeing volatile fuel prices, and we're trying to make our district resilient to those types of impacts. So this isn't just about saving our planet, it's about real practical benefits for our school district. Thank you all.
Thank you, trustees. Are there any other board matters? Hearing none, at this time, we're going to move around our agenda a little bit, and I'm going to turn it over to the report of the superintendent.
Perfect timing, Board President. And I did speak with our student board reps, and they are good with the adjustment to the schedule. That being said, I will turn the agenda over to our Executive Director of Instruction, Ms. Summer Caldwell Carruthers, who is here along with her team to acknowledge all of the amazing scholars and their accomplishments in our numerous academic challenges that they have participated in over the last month.
Good evening, everyone. We are so happy to have you here today. Before I turn it over to our district supervisors of math and science, I would like to say, can you please hold your applause? We know this is your baby getting the award, but we want to get through this, so we want to applaud everyone at the end. So I will be turning this over to Ms. Krista Claxton-Saylor, who is the math and science supervisor.
Thank you very much. I would like to first mention that all of our students here who participated in the Math Bee were able to answer, in our district, we answered more than 285,000 questions within an hour. That's huge. So, yes. That right there is for, yes, for sure. Okay. I'd also like to thank both of our elementary math coaches, Miss Helen Jackson and Miss Celeste Johnson, for all of their hard work getting this whole initiative moving forward in the last 2 years. So without them, we would not have a Math Bee. So thank you very much, ladies. All right, yes, let's give them some applause. Okay, and here we go. So I'm going to start with kindergarten. When you hear your name, please come up and receive your trophy, your certificate, and we have a little bag of trinkets, and then stand at the end. We're going to all take a big picture at the end, okay? So don't sit down once you come up. All right, so for kindergarten, we have Elijah Pruitt. Oh, from University, sorry. And then we have from Stevenson. Congratulations, Elijah. You can grab your certificate. And you have a trophy. Okay.
You want to read one of the trophies?
It says, congratulations from Southfield Public Schools, and they have their name on the end.
We're so proud of you guys. You want to go up front?
Okay, here we go. From Stevenson, first grade is Kendall Rags. From Adler, second grade is Bryce Johnson. From University, third grade is Adedarasola Adenuga. Is Bryce here? Bryce Johnson? Bryce is from Adler? No, Bryce didn't come up. Okay. For Adler, we have James Coleman for fourth grade. And also from Adler for fifth grade is Kyrie Austin. From Thompson, the sixth grade winner is Jonathan Irebu. From Levy, our seventh grade winner is Christian Brown. And also from Levy, our eighth grade winner is Demario Penn. Our ninth grade winner from University is Brandon Reed. Our 10th grade winner, also from University, is Jeffrey Nicholson. And then our 11th grade winner is from University is Francis Mukoro. Congratulations to all of you. We can now give them a round of applause. Yep. These are all of the first place winners of our district Math Bee. Great job. Our young mathematicians, yes. And now, we could not have done this. These students could not have done this without their teachers. So I'm going to read off the teachers' names. If you are here, please come on up. We have our certificate for you, and we're going to all take a group picture. So the kindergarten teacher, Ms. Murphy from University. The Stevenson teacher, Miss Little, which is for first grade. From Adler, Miss Hitty is second grade. Miss Wiltillo from University for third grade. Miss Hicks from Adler, fourth grade. Miss Stager from Adler, also fifth grade. Mr. Sarkar from Thompson, sixth grade. Mr. Turner from Levy, seventh grade. Miss Holland from Levy, eighth grade. Miss Petro, actually for ninth and 10th grade from University. And then Mr. Witten from University for 11th grade. So come on up and grab your certificate. We're going to all stand. We'll give the certificates after the picture. So let's take the picture first, and then we'll pass it to you. Okay. Please come and stand behind the children. We'll take a group picture, and then we'll pass you your certificates. And please, all admin, please come on up. All principals. All the principals. Come on up, please. Let's do this. I would like to mention that first grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade were all swept by Levy, so we wanted to bring that up. I'm sorry, 7th and 8th grade, correction.
Good evening. Good evening, members of the board, superintendent, and esteemed colleagues and community members. My name is Jessica Hines, and I am I'm not the community supervisor. I am the curriculum supervisor for English Language Arts and Social Studies for the district. This year was the first annual Black History Trivia Game, where students competed in a Kahoot game in their classrooms, and they competed throughout the district. So these students that I'm going to call up have demonstrated extreme knowledge in African American history, as well as contributions within the African American community and throughout the world. So for our grades 2 to 3 from University Elementary, we have Asher Ubam, guided by Mrs. Benson. Ms. Benson? Yep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yep. No, it is. You're the last one, of course. Here you go. 4 grades. Yep. 4th through 5th, we have Easton Lanier, who was supported by Ms. Gertie, and he is also from University Elementary. from our grades 6 through 8 tournament. We honor Jonathan E. Roguban. And he was under the leadership of Ms. Brown from Thompson KA Academy. And our high school winner for grades 9th through 12th, we probably acknowledge Terrell Lockhart when he is with Mr. States. Please join me in celebrating our students and teachers for their outstanding achievements in the African American Black History.
Ready? Good evening, board members. Good evening, Superintendent Green, and our community partners that are here. My name is Arise Robinson, and I am the Director of Career Focused Education here with the district. I am pleased to award this recognition to one of our very own students at Southfield A&T High School. When you talk about partnerships, this is what true partnerships looks like. This is a partnership that the district has with Lawrence Tech University. And this student, as I'm looking at him, Christopher Jones, is being recognized as our very first student to achieve a certificate of completion with Lawrence Tech University. Yes, yes. And the certificate of completion is in our game software development program. Yes. So we're excited to recognize Christopher. So if you could please join us here, Christopher. So we have a token gift from our IT department. They gave us some token gifts for you. We also have this trophy here that reads, congratulations from Southfield Public Schools, as well as a certificate to recognize you for your achievement. So when you talk about partnerships and academic achievement, Christopher, you're doing it, and we're so proud of you. So thank you. So if I could have, if I could have the school leadership to please join us up front for a picture. We have our very own principal, David Reese. We have assistant principals, Gwendolyn Denham and Aaliyah Kagans. And Miss Ward is one of our counselors. So did you have anything you want to say, Miss Ward? Because you were really helping to spearhead this.
Well, first of all, I just want to say congratulations to all of our recipients. You guys represent the best of Southfield. And for Christopher, you know, we are so very proud of you. I would be amiss if I did not mention his dad. Mr. Jones has been a trailblazer. Every single day, they walk to school and walk home from school together. And Chris said to me, you know, my dad is my role model, because my dad has told me never give up. And so congratulations to you, sir. This is as much your award.
Thank you.
The greatness in Southfield continues. Give all of our recipients another round of applause. As previously mentioned, our scholars excel because our staff excels, and we have the absolute best staff here in Southfield Public Schools and our partners. So at this time, I'd like to recognize our Employee of the Month for April, none other than Miss Barnes. Let's watch the video. Ready? Push the button. Okay, while we're waiting on the video to start, let's acknowledge Miss Barnes. Miss Barnes, please stand, come get your certificate as well as a token of our appreciation. Take a photo with the board. For those of you that don't know, Ms. Barnes is our kindergarten teacher at Adler Elementary School. Her principal is here. I know I saw her earlier. Where's Ms. Almaday? She just stepped out. And this is a foundational grade for all of our scholars to be successful. So once you pass through kindergarten, you can go anywhere. All right. There's Ms. Almaday. Come up here and get this photo with Ms. Barnes. Or please stand and take a photo with her. And then family and friends, if you want to stand and be acknowledged as well, because we know it takes a village for everyone to be successful. So stand up, family and friends that are here with her. Come on. Come on, babies. All right. Okay? All right, Mike, you ready? On the count of 3. Oh, not yet. 1, 2, 3.
One more. Got it.
Thank you. All right.
Don't worry about it. Will the other one play? Don't worry about it. Let's move on. Okay.
Don't worry about it, Miss. We will have the video posted due to technical difficulties. We will make sure we get the video posted for all to see. Next, we'd like to recognize our partner of the month, and this individual, everyone at the U has seen come and go, but didn't necessarily know who she was or what she did. But everyone that participates in Champions knows Miss Shannon. So Miss Shannon, please come on up and receive your rose. Come on up and join her as well, because we know it takes a village, and we want you all in the photo as well. And don't worry, when we transition to the other locations, Ms. Shannon will be going with our scholars, because parents have already asked. So let's acknowledge that also. Melissa, get up here. You, administration, you want to join her in the picture? Come on up as well. She's your Champions leader. Come on. Particularly our elementary folks, because you know you utilize her services on a daily basis. Absolutely. Oh, no injuries on the way now. I know, right? All right. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
More.
All right. All right, give her another round of applause. Okay, and lastly, without further ado, someone we have all been waiting to meet. Drum roll, please. Coach Q, come on up and introduce our new addition to the Southfield Warriors Athletic Department.
Good evening, everybody. As Dr. Green stated, my name is Coach Q. I am the athletic director for the district, but today I am just super excited. I'm super excited to be for the board to introduce our new head coach. His name is Mr. Antoine Robertson, And he also brought along one of his assistant coaches, which is Mr. Leviticus Payne. And the reason why I'm so excited for both of these young men before I bring them up is you have two alumni standing in front of you, coming back home, ready to get us back where we need to be. While I could absolutely say 1,000 things, I just won't. Continue to follow the district page and our athletic pages. You will see more, but I would love to have these two young men come up and speak for themselves.
Hello. So the first thing is I want to say I'm really excited to be here. You know, more so it's been a dream. Coming through this community is one of the things I kept telling people. 9 Mile Telegraph is where I grew up. Now I'm over on 8 Mile and Evergreen, but I'm still in Southfield, make sure that my kids are still in the school district. The best thing is coming here early and then being able to see the students or the younger kids, you know, receive these awards. Because the biggest thing is we want to make sure that we find a way to keep all these kids in our system, right? So coming back, you know, the first thing I did was I reached out to Leviticus, who's been here for some years. He graduated some years after me, called in 2 more alumni to come in to help us. Because the biggest thing is we want to make sure that we protect the brand, we represent it, and we elevate it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the community, right? So we want to make sure that everybody in this room is involved in this process, right? We understand that, yeah, we were great, then we fell off, but now we're going to get back to great. So, and my biggest thing is I'll be here every day. So it's been 2 days with the kids, freshmen, JV, varsity, right? So we're having everybody together. That way we know who they are outside of just a jersey number. We actually find that time to know who they are as people. So once again, my name is Antoine Robinson. I've been around, played with the Falcons, played high school here, played locally at Wayne State, coached around some bit, and then fortunate enough to get this opportunity. And then Leviticus Payne.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'll be short and sweet. I'm just glad to be here, happy to be here. I'm happy to add to the value of the school. As you guys know, we got on these red. We usually don't wear red, but it's okay. I still got my blue shirt on me. But that's literally what we bleed. We bleed blue. So we want to bring back the traditions. We want to bring back that foundation and bring it back to what it was before. So Coach Payne, Leviticus Payne, say hello. Easy for you to talk to.
Lastly, I'll just close with this. We are super big on building back better, and that's exactly where we are. Even in all the transition that Southfield is getting ready to go through, the foundation is strong, and we're excited to continue to build. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Coach Q, and welcome, coaches. Truly a pleasure. And I will say that of all our social media posts, your posts garnered the most views, likes, and comments of all of Southfield Public Schools. So congratulations to you in that regard as well. Mr. Jackson, can you get our student board reps to come back out shortly? Thank you. Moving right along, the legislative update. I have nothing new. As we know, things are slowing down in Lansing, but I do want to continue to remind our families that in the fall of 2026, the cell phone ban will be going into effect in all public schools, so I will continue to reiterate that at every meeting. Next, we will move right along into that of the staffing update presentation. Ms. Foster, do you have that one ready for us to go? Okay, as we are winding down this year, pleased to announce that almost every position in the district is filled. As Board President mentioned, we are focusing closely on that of the classroom. Okay. Okay, very good. So Adler, you see we had the one ASD position. We have a candidate identified for the fall, and both for that ASD classroom as well as for the speech pathology classroom. Moving forward, the gym .5, we knew that that would be a long-term substitute for the duration of this year. Stevenson, the 1.0 resource room, that is currently being filled by a substitute teacher. You recall that the teacher that was in that position accepted another district-wide position servicing scholars, which created the need to backfill that position there, but is receiving support from the TC. The ASD position at Bernie, we have a candidate identified for that. The EI position currently being filled by an ISSN team member. Moving right along, Thompson, 2 ASD teachers being filled by substitute teachers. The Spanish, we know that Meg Languages is supporting us in that platform. Levy, and I'm sure Principal Jackson is happy to say, there are 0 vacancies at Levy. Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology, 0 vacancies at our comprehensive high school. Oh, you're going a little fast there. University K-12, 0 vacancies. Great job. Moving along, KLC, 1 SXI teacher, candidate identified, and offer has been extended. 1 social worker being filled by a partner. Bussey, 2 speech pathologists, candidates identified for the 26-27 school year, and offers have been extended. 2 ECSC teachers, which is early childhood special education, filled by substitute retiree, and 1 EIB early intervention. One of the things we heard in the past is that we took a long time to get positions filled. So I'm pleased to say that not only are we filling positions, but we are proactively filling them for the next academic school year. Moving along, we have district-wide positions, 1 ISSM Medicaid billing supervisor, and 2 English as a secondary language support teaching staff. That rounds out the shortest staffing report ever in the history of Southfield Public Schools. So thank you to Mr. Devon Stevens, who is leading our HR team to greatness. Good job. And Miss Angela Smith, because most of those positions, as you saw, were in the ISSN department, so great job, Miss Smith, as well. All right, moving right along, we have back with us our student board reps. So BP, if you want to get our student board reps before we go on to the Bussey report, I will give up that time for our young people. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Green.
Start with Chidi.
Which one?
No,
Gonna go
now
first?
start. You want to go first now? Okay.
Like usual. All right, we're going to have our report from our student board reps. Representing Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology, Ms. Paris Whitman.
Good evening. I'm Paris, one of your student board representatives, and I'll be reporting out for Southfield A&T today. April is a meaningful month for recognition and reflection. Internationally, Black Women's History Month honors the achievements, resilience, and impact of Black women throughout history across the globe. Nationally, Arab American Heritage Month celebrates the rich culture, history, and contributions of Arab Americans to society. These observances provide an opportunity for our school community to learn, appreciate diversity, and recognize the influence of different voices and experiences. This has been an especially eventful and exciting time across our school community with a wide range of extracurricular activities, student events, and academic accomplishments. For April, here are the past and current highlights for Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology. I'll first report on our sports highlights. As we transition into spring sports season, our teams are already making an exciting determined start, showing growth and strong competitive spirit across all programs. Our girls soccer team opened their season with an impressive performance against a team that defeated them for the past 2 years. In a hard-fought match, they secured a tie, demonstrating resilience, teamwork, and significant progress. While the team was aiming for a win, their effort and determination were clear, and we look forward to supporting them at their first home game. The Warriors softball team is continuing to show growth, highlighted by the addition of a new junior varsity team this season. It was exciting to see so many first-time players take the field, marking an important step forward for the program. The varsity team is also beginning their season and is focused on securing their first win with the strong support from the school community. Our boys baseball team has started the season on the road, competing with a roster that includes a number of returning freshmen alongside experienced senior leadership. As they continue their early games, the team is building momentum and setting a strong foundation for the season ahead. The Lady Warrior tennis team has already shown promise with standout performances, including a singles victory by Day Eden. It has been encouraging to see several first-time players earn wins in their matches. The team will host their first home match this week and is looking to continue their success. Track and field athletes are preparing for their first meet with a strong sense of readiness and enthusiasm. Over the summer, athletes have the opportunity to work with Lawrence Tech University's tracks program, gaining valuable insight and training from collegiate coaches. As they head into competition, the team is eager to apply what they've learned. The boys golf team began their season with indoor training and has now transitioned onto the course. With preparation behind them, they are ready to compete, and we are excited to see how their season goes. In addition to the athletics, the marching band majorette tryouts for the dance line Royal Heats are approaching. Mandatory clinics will take place from April 20th to April 23rd, from 5 to 8, in the band room. Official tryouts will be held on April 24th, beginning at 5. Students interested in joining are encouraged to attend and take part in this exciting opportunity. Now for the leadership and activities highlights. Our book club has continued to foster engaging discussions and thoughtful analysis, creating a space where students can share their ideas and connect over literature. In addition, the recent book fair and book competitions were a major success, generating enthusiasm for reading and friendly academic competition among students. Student Council has recently hosted a Family Feud event, which was highly successful and well attended. The event brought a strong sense of community, school spirit, and friendly competition, making it a memorable experience for everyone involved. Members of the National Honor Society attended the Michigan Youth and Government trip from March 26th to the 29th, where they represented our chapter with professionalism and leadership. Their participation reflects a commitment to service engagement beyond the school community. Business Professionals of America sold chicken baskets through the Warrior School Den on Friday. Each basket is priced at $10 and includes 3 wings and fries, available during A and B lunch. Additional items include chicken biscuits also being offered. Senior superlatives and mock elections are currently underway. Students may either nominate a peer with a submission due by the end of the week. Participation requires either a $5 ticket or involvement in a performance, which totals $10. Voting will take place April 21st to the 23rd, and winners will be announced at the Grammys event on April 24th. Student Council will host their final blood drive of the year on April 21st. Students interested in donating blood, contributing to the community, and earning service hours are encouraged to participate and contact Mr. Andrew Green for more information. As the year ends, key senior events are approaching, with Decision Day on May 1st. Seniors must submit their college decision through the counseling form by April 29th to be recognized at the ceremony. To be featured on the Senior Class Board decision page, responses must be submitted by May 1st. The annual Grammys, again, is hosted on the 24th, so if you are interested, please see Mr. Green, the senior class sponsor, by Thursday. Let me now tell you about the academic highlights. We are proud to recognize the students who advanced to the state level for the science fair. This accomplishment reflects significant dedication, critical thinking, and perspective, and as we look forward to their continued success, they represent our school well. Testing season was underway last week, with testing being on April 7th for the 10th grade students for the PSAT, and on the 8th and 9th, 11th grade students participated in the SAT and the MSTEP. On April 10th, the 9th grade students completed the PSAT as well. We commend all of the students for their effort and focus during this important time. And as decision day approaches, I remind these seniors to please see the counselors to finish their forms to make sure that you are recognized at Senior Decision Day. If you do not fill out the form, you will not be able to be recognized. Overall, this period highlights the dedication and involvement and school spirit our student body shows. Thank you.
Trustees, do you have any questions for Paris? Great job. Now we're going to turn it over to Chidi to represent University K-12 Academy.
Hello, everyone. As you know, my name is Shidi. I was going to originally make a joke about knowing all of you, but I see so many new faces, that joke doesn't work anymore. Did you know that a charger is specifically well known for its ability to quickly turn? No one manifests the spirits more than our robotics team. Recently, during the regional V2X robotics competition, we brought to the bar and the square 1 award for our ability to quickly turn when met with challenges. All of you are aware that March was Reading Month. Last month, our middle school students thought deeply about their books while expressing their creativity and understanding of the story. Each student carefully read a novel and then designed a book jacket that included important elements. One thing we never talk about when reading is the importance of those who write. With critical literacy going down across the country, it is more important than ever that people understand the way a writer thinks and why they make the decisions in their book. My school very much understands this importance of authors. With our writers' workshop, the ELA department hosted local authors to share their processes. Literacy doesn't stop at reading and writing. We must all learn how to manage our hay, or as humans call it, finances. Financial literacy is also an essential skill that we expose our scholars to here at the U. Our sixth grade scholars recently participated in an exciting and educational field trip to Junior Achievement Finance Park, where learning about hay management came to life. During this interactive experience, students stepped into the role of adults managing real-life financial responsibilities. Each scholar was given a career, salary, and lifestyle scenario and was tasked with creating and balancing a monthly budget, something y'all seniors will have to do. Students visited various businesses, stations where they made decisions about housing, transportation, food, insurance, savings, and entertainment. This simulation challenged scholars to think critically about need versus wants, make responsible spending choices, and understand how career decisions impact financial stability. It was a powerful hands-on experience that helped connect classroom learning to real-world financial skills. We are proud of our scholars for their thoughtful participation and decision-making throughout the day. As you know, college and university decisions are out. I personally hope every single one of your children got into their dream schools. But now that the seniors are done worrying about colleges, it's time for a new generation too, the juniors. I see some of you there. Last month, my school hosted a college fair. A lot of students were able to learn about different colleges and decide where they may attend in the future. Speaking of college, our scholars enjoyed our university campus night event, which showcased many STEM and classroom activities for parents and scholars. While exposing everyone to that college feel, each scholar who completed their course received a certificate of completion at the university. There's a lot the average person doesn't know about horses. Some believe that horses and humans have nothing in common. But we share one critical thing that's important to life for all people: our blood. We as a species rarely talk about the importance of giving such a critical resource for human life. At our school, we never forget its importance due to our yearly blood drive. Dodgeball and musical chairs, what do they have in common? Absolutely nothing. Except they were a part of the house party my school recently threw. It was all in an attempt to see who would win points for their house and a celebration of our once again earning the college board platinum recognition. Our middle school girls volleyball team keeps burning up the court, with both levels remaining undefeated this season. On Saturday, our 5th and 6th grade team brought home another university championship trophy, beating the Levy Drivers, what she said, in 2 straight sets. The 7th and 8th grade team won 3 sets against the Bunny Buckeyes but came up short, sadly. We congratulate them for showing resilience and dedication, ending up with an impressive 5-1 record. Our 3rd grade scholars had the opportunity to participate in a DTE Energy Safe initiative. The Energy Literacy Program taught the scholars about the use of kinetic energy, how to generate electricity, wise use of electricity and natural gas, and safety first through interactive learning. As you know, we're a very literate school. From who has the worst case of senioritis to who is the worst driver, all of this was decided during Grammys, and who, in the senior opinion, is the best teacher. It's Miss Wilson, if you didn't know. Yes, that is not the only way our school celebrates people. We also highlight academic distinction, effective communication, distinguished leadership, and innovative perseverance. These are important points in our vision. We'll share more about the University Senior Recognition Night at next month's meeting. Upcoming events. Middle school state testing continues through April. High school state testing is done. I know your students are finding a sigh of relief. Spring concert is on April 30th. Decisions Day is on May 1st, and AP exams is on May, the first 2 weeks. And that is all.
Thank you so much for that thorough presentation. Trustees, are there any questions for our student board reps?
Yeah, it's not a question. I went to the student recognition event, was it last week? I think he walked away with every certificate there was, every trophy there was.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush.
Trustee Leslie Loves Thomas was also there. It was fantastic. Where's Dean Bolin? Thank you. We had a great time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Trustee Holloway. Any other trustees? Hearing none, as normal, if you guys would like to leave, you can at this time. You can be excused. Thank you so much for sticking around and doing your presentation. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to turn it back over to the superintendent.
Thank you, Board President. One thing that the scholars did not have on their list, and I'd like to lift it and add, is to save the date for the Superintendent Senior Scholarship Showcase. That is happening on May 5th. This will be the second year that we host this event, and it's for any scholar having earned a 3.5 overall GPA or higher. So more information will be forthcoming relative to that event. Everything has been finalized, so those seniors in the district with a 3.5 grade point average or higher, please save the date for May 5th at 6 p.m. Without further ado, I welcome to join us Dr. Kelly Wash to give the BUSSY Director's Report. She has a few extra steps to walk because of the large crowd. Hello, Dr. Kelly Wash.
Good evening, everyone. Superintendent Green, President Belk, board members, Southfield guests. My name is Ursula Kelly Wash, and I'm happy to present the April presentation for BUSSY. Okay, so this is the Week of the Young Child, so it's an exciting time at BUSSY. The Week of the Young Child for 2026 is celebrated from April 11th to April 17th. This annual event is sponsored by NACCE, which is the National Association for the Advancement for the Education of Young Children, and it focuses on the importance of the foundation for early childhood education, which is all things important for educators, advocates. And so what we're doing for this week, we have a theme, and the theme is always embedded with learning. So like for today, it was Twin Day. And so of course, you know, the students could dress in the same color as their teachers, just recognizing what's alike. And then for tomorrow, it's kind of like Wacky Wednesday, so they can do things that are different. Thursday is College Day, so college begins at BUSSY, so it's just recognizing the importance of higher education and celebrating that at an early age. So once again, we're happy to celebrate the Week of the Young Child at BUSSY. So for this report, we're going to go over our FA1 review, talk about the highlights and topics for review. I'll give an update regarding our enrollment, our average daily attendance, our monitoring report, which is our child find, education, URSIA, and these reports are never finished. So I added 2 slides, and I just share with Ms. Foster that I will kind of go over those. So I'll send a modified report after this meeting, just so that you all have the updated copy. Okay, so for our FA1 review, back in December of 2025, we talked about our FA1 review, which is a focus area review highlighted by the Office of Head Start that really wants to highlight the systems. Systems meaning for our education systems, our fiscal systems, everything and how the processes of how we do things within the context of Head Start. So I'm happy to report that we have several highlights. So for and I'll just kind of read some of what was lifted for our highlights. So our highlights are education and child development, safe and healthy learning environments, our fiscal infrastructure, our program design, and program governance. And so what I did, I just kind of lifted their keywords. So to just kind of give you an overview of what the highlights that they found at BUSSY. So for education and child development, we, meaning the grant recipient, provides responsive teacher practices tailored to meet the needs of our young students. And I thought we were compliant in that. And I think that's great. We're an educational entity, and to be recognized for what we're doing for the education. I'm sorry, I didn't advance it. I'm sorry. Yes, okay, to be recognized for that is quite rewarding. Safe and healthy learning environments. Every person who is a teacher or associated with BUSC has a background check. Those are on file. Of course, the reviewers, they were able to access that information to see that it was current and compliant, so we were highlighted for that. We were also highlighted for having safety and hygiene practices. When our scholars enter the classrooms, they wash their hands, they brush their teeth. Our teachers, when they clean the tables, they have a 3-step process. And so these are just grooming our children to, know that health and safety is very pertinent to a healthy lifestyle. In addition to that, during the first 15 minutes of the day, our teachers, they audit their classrooms. They make sure that there isn't anything that's broken or something that needs to be fixed. They fill out a form, a yellow form, and that's turned in by 7:45. Their reporting time is at 7:30. So they saw all of these structures and processes, and we were highlighted for that. In addition to that, I submit a school dude for anything that needs to be fixed. And they were very impressed with that platform, to just be able to kind of go in and identify what needs to be fixed, give a time frame, and the fact that I receive an email to confirm, and also when the activity has been completed. Also, we were highlighted for our program design and program governance. When the FA1 reviewers were here, they had an opportunity to interview our policy council and our board, a few members of the board. So thank you for your feedback. They felt that the governing body and policy council, that you are effective in providing oversight and program direction. Okay. And we have more highlights. So our facilities and equipment management system, that we're compliant, and we have liability insurance. They reviewed everything. For budget development, implementation, and oversight, they felt that we were very transparent, we were data enforced, and we were very strategic. So like I said, I'm just kind of lifting their words, their verbiage, and fortunately it's true. Comprehensive financial management, that once again, there is oversight over the funds. It's effective oversight over the funds. So I have to make sure I include effective, and that there is just a process and a system for everything as far as financial management, in addition to enrollment. So there's a way to track enrollment, and that also that it's inclusive. Keyword inclusive, that we are trying to make sure that we have children who are in need of services, and that is our focus area. Okay, so with transparency, they did tell us that there were some areas that we need to review, and there are 3, which is quite less than our highlights. So one is our staffing and staff member supports. And to break that down, as some of you may know, we at BUSC, our teachers and our staff members they come from a staffing agency. So we do have a plan in place where one of the issues is that they want to make sure that all of our teachers are highly qualified. And so I've been meeting with HR, Mr. Stevens. We're trying to align the job descriptions provided by ECE SubHub, that they are grounded and embedded in the Head Start standards. So for example, making sure that all of our Head Start teachers they have a minimum of an associate's degree in early childhood education, preferably a bachelor's degree, and our assistant teachers have at least a CDA. And so once we are, kind of putting those job descriptions together, we'll make sure that everybody is compliant for their teaching role. The next one is, we had 2 areas in IRCIA, selection and eligibility. And so full transparency, prior to the reviewer's arrival at BUSC, we had to do a random, every student from early Head Start to Head Start was randomly assigned a number. And when the reviewers were on site at BuzzFeed, they just, it could have been, okay, I need to see student number 7. I need to see student number 4, student number 20, their files. And so as a lot of these students, they've been with us since like the 23-24 school year. And so they wanted to make sure that their enrollment was compliant. And they want us to kind of focus on selection and eligibility. So right now, we do have a new URSIA manager, Mrs. McDaniel. We are meeting and working on a plan to make sure that all of our files, when they look for selection, we're actually revising the BUSSY enrollment packet. And we're happy to say that on Friday, we're having an enrollment fair. So we're going to start taking a look at that and making sure that all areas, when we're interviewing parents, that we're compliant for selection and eligibility. We're also going to provide a training on the housing costs calculator to make sure that the income is equivalent and current for the gross income due to excessive housing costs. So right now, Head Start, they have, it's called a housing cost adjusted calculator. So making sure that our family service workers have training on that so that the data is accurate. And then also, we're going to have a training on the intake process. So making sure that everyone whose file is reviewed with accuracy, and that we're making sure that our children are selected with integrity. In addition to that, we're going to have, instead, in the past, I think for income, it was just like 3 pay stubs. Now we're requiring 12 months. So to make sure that's part of the Head Start standards, just making sure that we're in compliance. And in addition to that, to make sure that it's fair, there will be room for over-income students, parents who report, who self-report their income, and for parents who have no income. And then also, we're going to partner with Easter Seals and Orchard Children's Services to make sure that we have children who are in foster care and who are homeless. So we are being proactive and making sure that we're addressing all issues. Okay, any questions? That was our FA1 review. Okay. So next, for our enrollment report. So I'm happy to report that for our early Head Start, we are completely filled. We do have 6 students, 6 scholars on the waiting list. For Head Start, we have 86 students. We do have 10 vacancies. And for GSRP, we have 50 students and we have 14 vacancies. And so starting our enrollment fair, our process early, we are hoping to make sure that our numbers are higher, definitely for GSRP. And today, our URSIA manager, she went through all of our Head Start students, and she looked at their birth dates. And so she's going to have the family service workers call the parents tomorrow to make sure that they're present or that they're definitely aware of our enrollment fair for Friday. Because those kids, they can just transition into GSRP. Okay. So for our average daily attendance, and this is for the month of March, early Head Start 84%, Head Start 83%, our blends Head Start / GSRP, we're at 82%, and for GSRP 83%. Okay, and I'm sure those numbers will get higher. The weather's getting warmer, fewer illnesses, and so I'm sure next month the numbers will be higher. Okay, so for our CACFP program, this is the March data. For breakfast, a little over 1,000 students were fed, adults 275, AM snacks for students 198, for adults 58. For lunch, for our students, 1,038 students were fed. adults, 278. And for our PM snack, we had 903 students who were fed, and for adults, 272. So I'm also happy to report that last Tuesday, I think that was April 7th, we had a CACFP audit at Bussey, and I don't know if Mr. Groves is here, but he did highlight that there were no findings. And happy to report that. We worked very hard, making sure that our formula was accurately accounted for, bottles labeled, everything as far as the point of service, teachers are taking attendance, and also the menus are posted and dated and sent home, and that, there are forms are in place. So if children or scholars have an allergy, that is properly reported and filed. And we're having a meeting this Thursday to review and talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so for our, and this will help too with selection and eligibility too. For our child find forms, we do have parent-teacher conferences taking place last Friday and for this Friday. And so I'm encouraging all of our teachers, if you see needs or if you see some support systems that are needed for our scholars, please fill out the child find form during the parent-teacher conferences. Okay, and so for education, we are in period 3 for core. Our teachers are taking their anecdotal notes and making sure that they're aligned with the KDIs. We also had a crisis prevention CPI training, 2 sessions, March 11th and March 27th. So all of our teachers who attended, and that was the majority, were now certified CPI since we've had the training. Once again, our conferences are April 10th and April 17th. And once again, we're continuing to have our Educators Empowering Educators sessions, which are well received. This time, everyone has to have a printout and making sure that the teachers can reference what it is that they're doing. And then also we have our newsletter, which has tips and different pertinent information for our teachers as well. So for Ursia, the manager is now, the training, she had a training on Friday. This month, we're focusing on family partnership process, making sure that all of our families have goals, and we're goal setting, or the family service workers are goal setting with the families. Also, for weekly meetings, talking about policies and procedures, we have to make sure that those are in line and in place, especially as it relates to selection and eligibility. And then once again, we're reviewing the enrollment application. And this was the slide that I should have added. That we're having an enrollment fair on Friday, the 17th. And so it's on the landing page on the district website. Is when you try to click on the Bussey's website, you'll see it. Everywhere is being passed out as well. So we're getting RSVPs, and we're just wanting to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to have early enrollment. And then with our in-kind, the updated number is $164,811.89. And like I said, I will send this updated document to you. I want to make sure that we're having everything counted and that it's accurate. And then I think that's it.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly Wash. And trustees, we know that this month's report was a little more expansive than previous months, and that's because we had the FA1 review. We wanted to be fully transparent. We know that oftentimes you get information from other individuals relative to what is happening in our program, and this is an unbiased opinion from those that actually are the reviewers from the Office of Head Start. So thank you, Dr. Kelly Wash, for presenting this information to our trustees.
And I should have added that we did have a meeting with the Office of Head Start, and all of our documentation to show that we're not just saying this, that we are doing it. It needs to be uploaded by July 28th. And it will be reviewed by the Office of Head Start too.
Through the chair.
Just one quick question as well as one comment. How often do the Bussy Head Start program go through the FA1 process?
Well, I was told, I think it was about 3 years ago. So actually, this is like the precursor to the FA2. And so this was just kind of getting us ready. So, and I am very appreciative. I was told that every time I kind of told people, well, our lead reviewer said this, they were like, well, they were very kind to you, because most of the time they just kind of leave and they don't give a lot of feedback until you receive the report. But they were able to give us some kind of, information prior to their departure. So I'm not sure when the FA2 review will take place, but I will guarantee you that we will have everything in place so that we're successful when the reviewers come.
Good, and thank you.
It's usually the second year of the grant cycle.
Thank you. And my comment was, thank you for fostering partnerships with our childhood services in the community in order to build the foundation and also the enrollment bridge that you're filling the gap as they leave the Bussy system and then work into our school district. So thank you for filling that
Oh, no,
gap.
thank you. We always promote, our robust and, highly regarded educational opportunities with the elementary schools. So yes, no, thank you.
Trustees, are there any additional questions?
Oh, and thank you, Trustee Anderson, for coming to read to our babies. And I always say you're always welcome to come and read. They really enjoy people, coming to read, and they're very engaged, and they pay attention quite well. They do. Okay, thank you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that wasn't for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. You got said. Yeah. Board President, I just need to make a correction. I addressed Leslie Love Smith Thomas as trustee. She's not a trustee. She is a trustee, but she's also our vice president, so I had to make that correction.
Thank you.
Very, very kind. Any additional questions, trustees?
Yes, Dr. Green, I'm most, I don't want to say concerned, but I am interested to see how the action plan rolls out with the staffing, as was mentioned, with the qualifications changing and what that impact will be as it relates to, from a financial.
Absolutely, and we will keep you all abreast in our monthly reports relative to that process.
Any additional questions, trustees? Great, hearing none. I just want to relift again. We are not rushing, but due to the forecasted weather, we are trying to move this expeditiously. Next item, action items. Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve minutes from February the 24th, our special board meeting, March 7th, another special board meeting, March 10th, and March 17th?
So moved.
Support.
It has been moved and supported. Questions? Hearing none. Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Absolutely. Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Ware Duvall, myself, yes. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Holloway?
Yes.
Unanimous?
Motion carried. I have a clear view to the outside. It's getting really dark. So I'm not trying to offend y'all. Report 6462. Dr. Green.
Take a motion, open and approve since it's action.
This is an action item. Trustees, do we have a motion to open and approve report 6462?
So moved.
Support.
The motion has been moved in support. Are there any questions? Discussions?
Sorry. What's standard operation procedure? Like, what's the standard for Plante Morgan?
So this is something that the board has reviewed for the last year. It is to ensure that the processes and procedures that are in the district are not only aligned, but are documented and aligned with our board policies and administrative guidelines, the operations of the district.
So through the chair,
I did lift this prior in reviewing this standard operation procedure. I noticed that our strategic plan is out of date. And will there be any conversation regarding bringing our strategic plan up to date for the district?
Are you referring to report 6462?
But that's down. Standard operating procedure is a separate topic than that of the strategic planning process. So this is only relative to the SOPs.
This is the one we discussed regarding Plant Moran. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Smith-Thomas?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Holloway?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
No.
Can you state your reason, please?
I don't think it encompasses everything that we need to do at this time.
So, Board President, if I may, to address Trustee Anderson, the strategic planning process will be under MASB. This is under Plant Moran, so this is specific under Plant Moran scope. So MASB would be the strategic planning process entity, so not to get the two confused. So, okay.
Motion carries. Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve report 6465? This is the second read of our policies, and I think for the record, I need to list them. Right. Policy 0100, 1623, 2210, 2260.01, 2370.01, 2412, 2417, 2418, 3120.09, 3123, 3362, 4120.09, 4123, policy 5120, 7541, 8402, and 8655. This is the second read of these policies. It has been moved and supported. Discussion?
Through the chair.
Yes.
I move that we amend policies 1623, 2260.01, policy number 3123, policy number 3362, and policy number 4123. I move that we amend the process that has been outlined for filing a complaint. Currently, the policy, all trustees have received the policy. The policy states that if you're filing a complaint, you have to write your complaint down, and you also have to give a solution in order for your complaint to be considered. I move that we change that language to you have to write down your complaint, but and/or, that we add an and/or, because someone may not know the solution to their problem, but they know that something has happened, and it gives them an opportunity to bring their issue forward. So I move that we add the language and/or to the complaint filing process of those policies.
Trustees, any further discussion? Do you want to offer a friendly amendment? You move it.
Versus moving it.
Both versus moving it.
Yes.
So then the person that made the original motion will need to accept the friendly amendment.
The original motion was you, yes.
Accept the friendly amendment.
Accept the friendly amendment.
I accept.
And then who supported it?
Holloway.
Oh, what did I?
So then you
Support, now you need to support the amendment, please.
Support the friendly amendment.
Okay, I just, yes. Is that it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It has been moved and supported. Trustees, are there any further discussion? Hearing none. Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Absolutely. I do have one person, Trustee Anderson, if I could have a all of the policies you would like to
Mhm.
make that amendment to.
I can give it to you.
Trustee Smith Thomas? Yes. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson? Yes. Myself, yes, it's unanimous.
Motion carried. Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 6468, Personnel Action Report? You guys have this in a binder, and we have already received this previously.
So moved.
It's been motioned and moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you call for the vote?
I do have discussion.
We do have a discussion. At this, you can't answer the question about personnel report. It's confidential. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
All right, number 2, the workload, is it to assume that you are assuming that workload?
So the workload is being distributed, and we've already had internal conversations as to where that workload will be redistributed. That position was up for consideration of non-renewal, so part of the process of reallocating duties and responsibilities have already been.
It's already been.
It's
okay,
underway.
Already started, thank
Yes.
you.
Any further discussion? Trustees? Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Trustee Holloway?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Benson? Yes. Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried. At this time, we have our information items.
Thank you, Board President. Report 6469 is the budget resolution for fiscal year '27, Oakland Schools General Fund budget. You have received that electronically. It is a very extensive document. We are not asking you to make that actionable this evening because it is very extensive. However, one trustee did lift the question, if we were not to support this, how might it impact our general fund? And what I shared with the trustee is Oakland Schools budgets to support the district, so it's essentially the services that we receive from Oakland Schools. So if we did not support the budget and the budget didn't pass, because they are asking that all of the districts in Oakland County support this, we would be in jeopardy of losing those services, which could have an adverse impact on our general fund, because we would still have to provide those services to our scholars at our own expense. So that is the gist of the Oakland Schools budget and how it directly impacts our district. They are direct services that we receive from our intermediate school district. Okay? The next item is that of 6470, the UK-12 asbestos abatement. We are recommending that we award that to Total Environmental Services. And I know that Trustee Holloway's been sitting in a number of our OAC meetings, so she will share that we go through these pretty extensively. This is the company that we look to bring on board the day after the scholars leave for the summer at UK-12 to begin the asbestos abatement work immediately following their departure so that we can move forward with the construction. I'm going to go through all of the construction ones, and then, Board President, if it's the pleasure of the board, due to timing of awarding contracts, we would ask for consideration to move those forward, if possible. The next item, and we do have the experts here in the audience, so if I misspeak on anything, please let me know. Vice President, did you have a question?
Oh, no, I was mentioning the E-rates. I was wondering.
Oh, I'm getting to those too.
They were here.
They are here. They are. We have everyone here this evening. But moving forward with the list, the report 6471 is for Bussey, and this is the boiler replacement at Bussey. Again, with the lead time on that, we do ask if the board would consider moving that forward. With Levy Middle School, music storage, furniture. It says furniture, but it's really furnishings. What we've learned throughout this process is we had a lot of makeshift devices in Southfield Public Schools, and because we are working diligently to be compliant with all structures in our district. This is something that has come up in the conversation. And also, I'm pleased to share that all of the furniture offerings that you see on the agenda this evening came in under what we originally budgeted. You will see that with Report 6473, Bernie K-8 Media Center Furniture, and Report 6474, Thompson, their entire building-wide furniture. I must give a shout out to Thompson. We have moved them in and out of that building every year for the last 3 years, and honestly, the furniture will not hold up there for another move this summer. So we are furnishing that entire building. We are asking to furnish that entire building when they return back in the fall. You may also recall that we had a full furniture fair where we had 3 modular classrooms set up at McIntyre, and we afforded the staff and the building leaders an opportunity to go through and give us feedback before we made final selection on the furniture vendors. So those are the ones that fall under the recommendations from Barton Mallow and Plant Moran Real Point. Did I miss anything, team? No? Okay. So BP, that would be Report 6470 through 6474 under the bond.
Trustees, is there a motion to make reports 6470 through 6474 actionable?
Support.
Is there a motion to open and approve report 6470 through report 6474? Okay. Okay. It's been motioned and supported. Are there any discussions? Good. Hearing none. Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Smith-Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Denson?
Yes.
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you, trustees. Next, I will ask the team to come and join me up front relative to the E-rate reimbursement projects that we are asking for your support, Report 6475 and 6476. As a reminder, with E-rate funds, we do get a reimbursement at 80% of the cost. We do have to spend the money on the front end and then apply for the reimbursement to happen on the back end, but it is at 80%, and it is reimbursement from the federal government. Ms. Allison Dwyer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
E-rate is a U.S. federal program that provides discounts to schools and libraries for things like telecommunications, internet access, and internal broadband connections. So in regards to network electronics, as we continue to implement the plan for the bond, this project will cover refreshing network closet equipment, switches at the schools listed. Do you want me to read all of those off for you? Okay. Southfield High School for Arts and Technology, Bussey Early Childhood, Kennedy Learning Center, McIntyre Elementary, Thompson K-8, and Vandenberg Elementary. This is our second cycle of equipment refreshes, network switches. So that would take us through the entire district with the network switch upgrades and put us in a very, very good place. And then it is also covering UPS units. So those are what battery power units that keep us online for temporary power outages to keep our systems up, phones, internet services, et cetera. And the UPS units are all across the district. Stevenson, Bernie, Bussey, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Levy, McIntyre, SRAC, Thompson, University, and Vandenberg. So we are looking to utilize the E-rate program for this project. As mentioned, it allows us to receive 80% back on this project. We released an RFP with a bid opening on March 12th. We received 3 bids. Delta came in with the lowest price, favorable references, and an impressive score on the bid evaluation worksheet. So the impact amount from general funds would be $349,170.76. The district would pay this in full and then be reimbursed 80% when the project is completed. And we say it is completed to our satisfaction. So we would pay 20% of that cost, $70,000 or $70,834.15. And the payment would begin after July 1.
So two questions that have come up. One, that is in the next fiscal year, and two, a question was asked relative to the, us putting a new network switch in that of McIntyre. With McIntyre closing, that is going to be a community center, and we're going to utilize that facility for extracurricular activities for our scholars. So having internet access on that campus is still going to be very important for our scholars to be successful.
Any other questions for network electronics?
Quickly, I'm looking at our 6475, and the amount, the 20%, you gave a number 70,000.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
69,000. Yeah, it matters. $834.15. My apologies.
No problem, thank you. Any additional questions, trustees?
Board President, if it is the pleasure of the board, this is a time-sensitive matter that we would like to get started with, because we cannot, this is the one where we cannot move forward with the construction work until we get, that's the next one?
Partially,
Okay.
it's the structured cabling that is high priority.
Okay, which is 6476.
Correct.
Okay, so speaking to
Speak to
that one,
Okay.
please.
So structured cabling, also with E-rate. So this would include structured cabling at Bernie K-8, which is currently under construction, Thompson K-8, and Southfield High School. Again, we released an RFP with a bid opening on March 12th. We received 4 bids for structured cabling. AMCOM came in with the lowest price, again, favorable references and an impressive score on the bid worksheet. Same information, as I said before, we would pay the full amount, which would be $213,978.28. We then would be reimbursed 80% when the project is completed to our satisfaction. We would pay 20% of that cost, $42,795.66. Payment to AMCOM would begin after July 1st.
And this is the one that is the linchpin for the construction team to move
I
forward.
see Bart and
because the
Mallow, all three shaking their
So
heads,
if it
yes.
is the pleasure of the board to consider both 6475 and 6476, it would make a very happy construction management team for the district.
All right, trustees, is there a motion to make these actionable by opening and approving? Report 6475 and 6476. It's been moved and supported. Are there any discussion? Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Myself, yes. Trustee Smith-Thomas?
Yes.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate your support as always.
All right, at this time, we're going to have our financial report and monthly bill disbursement by our treasurer, Trustee Denson.
Thank you, BP. Our current projections show our fund balance is dangerously close to the board's 10% threshold. We are actively working to maintain 10% or above by reviewing third-party contracts for savings while protecting investments in our students. We would do this also by maximizing our grant revenue. Without making these changes, we will fall below the 10% threshold. Good news is the district remains liquid and our cash flow is stable. Last month, we received $15.6 million in property tax revenue, which is being allocated to operations, debt obligations, and our sinking fund. I would like to thank Board President, Vice President, Dr. Green, and our Finance Department, in particular Mark Ingram, who answered so many of my questions over this time and even today, and everyone who was a part of the Finance Department. Thank you for your leadership, your guidance, and clear communication, assisting me in this position as treasurer. That is what I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Treasurer Denson. Any questions or discussions?
What's the chair? What is the 10% threshold?
I'm sorry, what is it?
What is the 10% threshold?
10% threshold, the board has a policy that says that we must maintain a 10% fund balance in our bank account, which means that we have to have a rainy day fund. So it's like a savings account for the school district. And remember that financial report that you gave earlier on how to maintain life? Think about it as that savings account. If we were to receive no money from the state, would we be able to pay the bills? And the board has decided that we must maintain 10% of our fund balance there.
Great question. Any additional discussion? All right, thank you so much, Treasurer Denson, for your report. At this time, we'll have public participation. Okay, we have 4. If you wish to address the board regarding a school-related issue that has not yet been resolved by school administration, please submit a comment card immediately. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. As a matter of fairness, speakers with complaints against individuals are asked not to mention any persons by name. Complaints concerning employees pursuant to Board Policy 9130 should be brought to the attention of school principals or other administrators before coming to the Board of Education. Your cooperation is appreciated. Ms. Kathy Slate. You submitted your card first, and we normally go in the order that is submitted. We have 3 minutes for public participation. Please state your address for the record.
Kathy Slate, 17539 Westland Avenue, Southfield, Michigan. Good evening. My name is Kathy Slate, and I stand before you not only as an educational leader, but also as a constituent of this community, a community that I deeply care about and have committed my work to strengthening. I want to begin with the simple truth. A community is only as strong as its school system. As of right now, University K-12 Academy is one of the strongest examples of what is possible when there is clear vision, consistent leadership, and aligned programming. Over the past year, 2 years really, University has gone under a significant complex transformation, merging 2 staffs, aligning 3 grade levels, and building a unified K-12 system. This work did not happen by chance. It required intentional leadership, structure, and a commitment to a shared vision. And the results speak for themselves. We have maintained top-tier school index scores, sustained strong academic performance, expanded programming and advanced placement opportunities, and more importantly, attracted and retained families and staff. In fact, the 2026-27 enrollment data that I did show that the vast majority of our families are choosing to stay at university. This decision is not accidental. It is rooted in confidence, confidence in the program, and confidence in consistent leadership. University is not just serving students, it's bringing new revenue into the district by attracting families from outside our boundaries. This is a direct reflection of the strength of the program and the reputation that it has built. Here I stand for you with a concern. The proposed restructuring and specifically the removal or dilution of the head dean role threatens the very foundation that has allowed this success to occur. At the K-12 system of this scale cannot effectively function without one unified vision. Without that, leadership becomes fragmented, buildings become operating in silos, instructional alignment is lost, and inconsistencies grow. More importantly, it removes a critical layer of support for our leaders who depend on cohesive structure to effectively lead their teams. This is not about a position. This is about preserving a system that is working. We are at a pivotal point preparing for a new building, continuing to grow enrollment and strengthening our academic outcomes. This is not the time to destabilize leadership. This is the time to protect and build upon what has already been proven successful. So I ask that you carefully consider the impact of this decision. Because we talk about leadership structures, we are talking about student outcomes, staff stability, family confidence, and long-term strength of our community. Again, a community is only as strong as its schools, and strong schools require strong, consistent leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. Thank you.
Marie Banks, 29506 Andover Boulevard, Farmington Hills, Michigan. Oh, I love Southfield Public Schools. I love these board meetings. It never fails. But I come to you today, as I do every month, supporting university. Every month I speak, and I speak positively because I know what university is. It's not new to any of us that populations are declining all over the globe and in this country. And it's not new to Southfield. It's not just Southfield. But we have to maintain what we have. The numbers that we have that live in Southfield that's going to other districts is alarming. And nobody is better than university. Not one school. There's not a data point that can support that. And I ask as you all make your decisions, that you all do that. I know you have to consider the budget. I know you have to consider all the things in place. But we have to promote our best and brightest. We have to. It's not a mistake that I saw not a commercial on the news, the new building for Cody High School. Who have we seen on the news the new building for university? The things, y'all are very intelligent and very smart. We got to get creative. We got to make a change to make sure we don't lose what we have. I know the statistics and all the reports and all the surveys have been out saying that most people are staying. I can guarantee you those parents already got acceptances at other schools, and they just keeping us in their back pocket in case they don't like it there. They can come back. But we might be very much surprised if we don't get the busing to these new buildings for university. If we don't get these parents in to see this new building before July, we're going to lose the trust. The people that said yes on them surveys that you sent out earlier this year, that Dean Slate sent out, that yes going to turn to a no. And we have to guarantee our students that we're making every effort to keep them here, not just in word, but in deed. Again, we need busing. We need to see the building before July. We need more marketing of our schools. We need to let people know. We had National Merit Scholars in our school. We had scholars getting in Ivy League schools. We have double-digit numbers going to top 25 schools like University of Michigan coming out of there. Double platinum AP scholars. All that, we should be wearing billboards. We should have it all at the school that's where it's at now, where it's going to be. We should be advertising. I know my time is up. Thank you.
Ms. Marquita Samuel, please state your address for the record.
My name is Marquita Samuel. I'm at 21440 Glenmore Street, Southfield. Good evening. I am a proud Southfield native, a parent, and a former educator within Southfield Public Schools. I want to take a moment to acknowledge what all we've been feeling in this room tonight. There's a passion here, there's a concern here, and most importantly, there is care, and that's what matters. To the parents who have spoken, your voices are valid. Your advocacy for your children is powerful, and it is necessary. And to the board, thank you. Thank you for continuing to show up, to listen, and to do the work even in difficult moments like this. What I see more than anything is a community that deeply cares about its schools. And while we may not all agree on everything, we are aligned in one critical way, and that is we want better for our children. I did not choose to have my children attend Southfield schools, even though I have been in Southfield since preschool. And that's because even as being here from day one and having to have educated at one point your children here, I saw that there was change that I was not agreeing with, I did not like, and I did not want for my children. And as one of the parents said, I did move my children, although I stay here, to Farmington schools. However, I see promise, and I did go to the opening or the goodbye at Southfield Lathrop. And I did see promise when I came to the few meetings that I've been able to come to. I didn't start at the beginning of the school year, but I'm making it my due diligence to do so now. And I am considering coming back. But I'm coming back in a way to help, and I'm offering that right now, and that's why I'm talking right now. I want to compliment you. I want to compliment you. And any way that I can help, I would like for you to let me know what I can do, because I do want to make Southfield great again, okay? The way that I remember it. So thank you, everybody, and let me know what it is that I can do to help.
Not to respond to any public participation, but Dr. Green, will you discuss the buses, please?
Yes, I did want to share with the trustees that based on earlier conversations that and ongoing conversations that we've had with transportation, we have determined that we will have a community stop for the scholars that are moving into swing spaces from University K-12. The elementary children and the middle school children will have one time slot, and the high school scholars will have a separate time slot, understanding that the high school scholars have a different schedule for the day. So there will be one community stop at the Southfield Public Library on Evergreen for our scholars. Details regarding the specific times will be forthcoming, and most importantly, families, you will receive a notice, a Google form from the district asking you to complete, and only that form will be the form recognized. We know that there have been all kind of surveys going out, some going directly to scholars. This form will be specifically addressed to the parents with a return receipt relative to transportation to the swing spaces. Okay?
Thank you, Dr. Green. We are about to close out, but before then, again, not to respond to any public participation, but I just want to reiterate, please do not personally tell anyone's personal business or call any names in public participation, or we will have your microphones cut off. It is very rude and disrespectful, and we're just not going to tolerate it. For the good of the order. Trustees, do you have anything?
Through the chair.
Yes.
I have a couple of points that I wanted to lift. So first of all, we've got this teen thing that seems to be happening in our community, whether it's here, in our neighboring community. And I really think it is important that parents reel in our children and make sure that we know where they are, where they're going, who they're working with, who they're integrating with, who they're communicating with on these devices. It is costing us big. It is costing lives, it is costing records, and we deserve better than that. So parents, please, reach to your children and understand. There used to be this thing, do you know where your children are? We need to know where our kids are. The second is, I'm going to put myself out on a limb, and if I fall, I fall. We do not fight and argue at the expense of any child. That's not what we're here to do. We all are here to support all the children. As BP lifted, please be courteous. We expect that of you. We expect that of ourselves. So please stand up and do the right thing. We do not fight. We do not put up children. That's not what we're here to do. So I would please ask that everyone be respectable of everyone in this room and listening in the public. From here forth, thank you.
Board President, I just want to make a shout out for Ms. Caldwell, she's not here, for the summer discovery registration. It's closing May the 1st. So please note, she says that K through 8 registration will close on May 1st. The deadline is firm. So if you want to enroll your child, please do it before May 1st, and they also sent out a news, some literature about it through your emails or your MyStar. I'm sorry, your MyStar. You should have received it.
Thank you. Anything additional? Thank you for lifting summer discovery. We know last year we had people calling and trying to get on the wait list, and we're sticking to the deadline. So May 1st, May 1st, May 1st, May 1st, May 1st.
Or once we reach capacity, that's the other piece. So if it is May 1st, if we have space, but if we reach capacity prior to May 1st, it will be cut off sooner.
Right, the last thing I have is now that we're entering into warmer weather this week, who knows what's going to happen next week, please talk to your children about dress code. I know a lot of the schools are feeling the pain of that, but please, dress code is important. We do have a policy, and we will continue to implement it. Thank you so much. Anything else, trustees? Perfect. Future meetings. On Wednesday, April the 22nd, will be a professional development day. There will be no students on Wednesday, April the 22nd. Tuesday, April the 28th, we will have another special board meeting and a study session here at 6:00 p.m. And Tuesday, May the 12th, we will have a regular board meeting at 7:00 p.m. Meeting adjourned.